Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, first, for the camera, let me introduce myself. I'm Greg Jones, and I am your dean's dad. Yeah, I can tell you a lot about myself. So I grew up in New York in a small village in Manhattan called Harlem. I was raised in public housing by a single parent. And a single parent, my mom, I just lost my mom not too long ago, so it still kind of stings.
Sorry to hear about that.
Thank you. But one of the things that foundation she put in us was the foundation of education. So, and sports. So with using both of those vehicles, I was able to negotiate growing up in what could have been a hostile environment, and went on to college and graduated from college with degrees in social work. Then went on to work in law enforcement with so-called delinquent children. And that's where I'm at now. In 10 more months I'll be retiring after 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Quite the career. Why did you pursue this career?
That's a good question, because I didn't pursue it in terms of what you might think is a pursuit, like coming out of high school saying I want to go into law enforcement or work with children. Didn't do that. When I first came out of high school, I didn't have an idea of what I wanted to do. But I did know that I needed higher education in order to assimilate well into society at large. I wanted to get money, so and I wanted to be able to articulate what I was feeling. So I knew that if you go to college, from what my mom had told me, if you go to college, they're going to teach you all these things. So I went to college as a business major first. Then while I was in college, I went to school at Wilberforce University in Ohio. While I was in college, I met a professor, Colonel Young, who was into engineering, and he said, "You're good with math. Become an engineering major." So I started pursuing engineering. I was going to become an engineer, and I was in a dual school, University of Dayton and Wilberforce. And then I pledged Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And once I started pledging, that became my main focus. Not that it threw me off my mission, but it just became my main focus. And when it came time to graduate, I didn't have enough credits to do the engineering. So I said, what I thought was a settle, which I found out was really my path, I went to social work, and I graduated social work degree. I went to Adelphi University and finished that up.
Why do you think many young people choose the streets over education?
So I'm kind of qualify that a little bit. When you say young people choose the streets over education, I don't think it's a conscious choice that they choose the streets. And when we say, what is the streets? What is the streets when you say that? Is the streets being able to go out and have an understanding of the environment that you're living in and being able to navigate through that environment? Is that the streets? Or the streets you're talking about something totally negative? So when I say we're gonna get deep, we're gonna get deep, right? So I need to get your definition of what the streets is so I can answer your question properly.
Well, the streets is very ambiguous, I understand. And the streets to me is being out there, gang banging, selling dope, all that hardcore stuff. You know?
So let me try to answer your question within that context. Young people choose those paths sometimes because they have no choice. You know, I don't know what your particular circumstances are, but I know that some of the young people that I engage or I come across, they have no support systems in their homes. They have no way of making ends meet in the way that would afford them to keep some of their dignity on the street. So, and I'm gonna give you an example. Kid can't walk out on the street. Teenage can't walk out on the street with a pair of Bobos on. You know what Bobos are?
I'm not aware.
Okay, Bobos are skips or non-name sneakers.
Okay.
Can't happen. Can't happen. You need something with some kind of name to give you some kind of social status, or just to be able to hang with your boys. So, will they do things that are risky to accomplish that? Yes. So, to answer your question, I think that young people go to the streets for more than one reason. There's a multitude of reasons why they do it.
As a parent, were gangs ever a concern for you raising your children?
Again, I'm going to define what's a gang. if you look in Webster's dictionary, Webster says that a gang is a group of people doing antisocial or unlawful acts, right? But also a gang can be a group of people doing pro-social stuff. So I qualify that with who's putting that label on a gang. Sometimes the media tends to want to label children of color, black and brown children, with that gang label. They might call other cultures that group, but they call kids of color, it's been my experience, gangs. So to answer that question, did I have any problem with my kids being into a gang? No. And the reason being was that they gravitated towards, they had a group, but they gravitated towards more pro-social type of activities, sports, whatever, mostly sports, because that's what I pushed them towards. Sports, whatever pro-social type of things they were doing, so they gravitated towards that more than to the antisocial type things. However, they had the support systems in their homes and in our house, so they didn't have to go that route where they needed stuff they couldn't get at home.
Do you feel like you impacted your community in any type of way?
Okay, I'm gonna break that down a little bit. Did I impact the community? I impacted my community by just being a role model for the community. So when I come back into my neighborhood, right, young people see me, and the ones that know me, they look at me and they say, you know, and it's unfortunate that this is like this, but here's one of the guys that got out, right, of the possibility of being stuck. He's one of the guys that made a move, right? So I think the impact is in that way. I think I'm impacting the community right now by talking to you. So yes, I do think I've impacted the community, but not so much where you know it's so much visual. It's just by leading by example, and that's how you impact the community.